What's up and welcome back to the Good Old Gang podcast. I'm, of course, your host, Evan Miller, and I'm joined today by the Florida frat kid himself, Dylan Santiago.
What's up? What's up?
And, of course, Aiden Quinn.
Hello.
Today, we're going to be talking about episode 5 of The Boys. Of course, this is the Good Old Gang podcast. You can get it on youtube.com by searching Good Old Gang Podcast, and we'll be right there for you. This is the show where a handful of buds get together to talk about some of the things we love in the world of entertainment every single week, including the latest in Star Wars, Marvel, and more. In this episode, we're discussing, as I said, The Boys, episode 5. Crazy episode. I want to start with you, Dylan. What did you think of this episode?
This might be one of my favorite episodes so far. I feel like I said that about every episode of this show whenever they drop one, but it might all hang on just that one scene towards the end. I don't know if you want to wait for that one.
You can say it if you want. We'll get to it, of course, but go ahead, say it.
God damn, bro. Seth Rogen finally had his big scene.
Dude, for real. He's popped up in the past, but yeah, he stole the show this episode. Holy shit, that cameo. Wow.
Oh shit, no, he played himself on the show.
Yeah.
So that was actually, he was just playing Seth Rogen in that.
Yeah.
I didn't catch that.
That makes it extra wild. But like we said, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it in detail. Hopefully, maybe not too much detail, but we'll talk about it. Aiden, what did you think of the episode?
I loved it, man. It was, again, they just keep, outdoing themselves with these episodes. Just high quality, like amazing performances from all the actors, like just great character development, like around everyone. It's just, it's just what a time to be watching, the shows out right now, especially the show on top, such an amazing show to watch every week. I can't wait to, dive in and talk about all the little details and everything.
I'm right there with both of you guys. This season, well, so far this season's been on a streak of like every episode being basically better than the last, and this just continues to show what we talked about at length last episode, that this is probably the best show on television right now. It's one of the greatest shows of all time. This was a fantastic episode. So much happened. I find it crazy how much happens in a single episode, every single episode. Like it's like almost a season's worth of content. I feel like it's crazy.
I'm never bored too. It's consistently like every scene. There's so many scenes and every scene is important to the story.
Every
Exactly.
character
too. Yeah.
Every scene.
Like you were saying, the character development's on point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, every scene matters. You care about every character, even if they're a scumbag piece of shit. Like you still care about them, which is like part of the magic of the show. And like this episode in particular, it really like emphasized that. I feel like with like especially like A-Train, like the shit he had to deal with this episode after what he did last time.
I mean, yeah, he did deserve it, but
he deserved it, but his brother didn't.
It's no, like the
neither
arc
did all
they're
those
setting
people.
him up for is like, 100%. Blue Hawk's a fucking asshole.
I'm very interested to see where he goes, if not this season, then in the future, because they're setting him up for something. And it can't just be licking fucking Homelander's asshole. Like
they might be setting him up for like a legitimate redemption.
I think they're setting him up for orgasm.
Yeah.
I think he might just replace Soldier Boy.
Yeah, maybe.
I can see it. I can see it.
There's some real sucking off going on, not figuratively, like literally.
That's going to be an interesting conversation for next week for sure.
I feel like the fastest man alive wouldn't really be a good fit for your orgasm.
Well, I mean, then again, he's kind of slowing down, I guess. He's
you're right.
He's out of the game now. He's out of the game.
Yeah, you're right.
He's not fast enough for we'll see what he goes through next week in your orgasm. I'm very I don't know. Do we think like everybody's gonna play a part in that? Like, I mean, I don't know. We don't need to spend too much time talking about this since it's a next week thing. But like, I'm just like,
but the hype around this episode, it's just it's absurd. It's been
literally absurd ever since they announced like the confirmation of this season and that it was greenlit. Like that was like pretty much one of the first things that they said was going to happen this season. And then like ever since that happened, everyone's been speculating, and like
Yeah.
I'm kind of scared. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, I'm terrified.
They dropped a little like sneak peek today. Like,
Did they actually?
yeah, if you look at their Twitter account or something, there's like it has the warnings.
Oh god. Oh
Here,
god.
if you want me to find it and read it for you, it's like a lot.
I'm
It's a
looking at
lot of
Sure.
things.
If you want to do that, save it for the end of the episode though. We'll
Yeah.
we'll have like a little
I'll
freebie
try
for
to-
next
yeah.
week, I
Okay,
guess.
yeah.
But nah, just wrapping up the quick thoughts on this episode. It was phenomenal. It fixed a lot of what my only problems were pretty much with last week, especially with like Huey and Maeve being sidelined. Holy shit, they it's almost as if they listened to us talk about it last
Yeah.
week. Like
They,
Maeve,
they listen to the Good Old Gang podcast.
yeah, it's kind of crazy, but we'll talk about it, and I'm excited to. So why don't we just get right into it? The first thing I wanted to bring up, which is one of the things I just mentioned, is how they dealt with Huey and the V this week. Like I said last week, I wasn't really too enamored by the reasons why Huey initially took the V. I thought it was kind of selling him short a little bit, but I gotta say, this episode kind of fixed that for me, and it like totally, completely made me buy like why he would continue to take it. Like that conversation that he had with Starlight towards the beginning of this episode about where he first told her that he took it last episode, and he told her that he didn't like it, and she totally like caught him in that, and she told him that he loved it, and like you totally see that he's just like addicted to it now. Like he's addicted to the power, and
Yeah.
I think it's great.
He's
like,
addicted, but with reason. Like,
Exactly.
you know, he's got, and I like that. It was very predictable, his rationale. It was, you know, like obviously, you know, he's gone through his whole life, you know, being weak and not being able to save anyone and always being the one saved. You know, it was good. So like this whole rationale was good, but seeing him actually like, you know, Jack Quaid deliver the, you know, the lines, it's just it hits so much harder, and you really empathize with like his reasoning.
Yeah, he is so good, and
Yeah.
like you said, like his reasons are rational. Like he
Yeah.
he wants to be able to protect Starlight. Like I could see it. Like especially like, yeah, I guess he knows like what happened to Supersonic and everything. So like
Mhm.
he's even more worried about her, I guess now. So like
And his girlfriend's always in the back of his head, so that's always
Yeah.
going to be a reason. You know, it's always going
That's
to be a
it.
reason for him to be stronger.
Yeah.
he's got PTSD from that. Exactly. Like it's just wild. Dylan, what do you think?
I just love how like they write like with so many angles to the point where like you kind of don't know yet like what the real angle is, because I still feel that he's using the whole protecting Starlight as an excuse just to use Temp V. I feel like they're going in a little bit on addiction there.
I totally agree. I
Yeah,
think that's
yeah.
completely possible, especially with like how he left at the end of the
Yeah.
episode, which was absolutely heartbreaking. That
Like-
line from Starlight, that she doesn't need him to save her, that she just needs him, and he leaves after that. It's some heavy shit, and like you can tell he's
100%,
like
yeah.
totally influenced just by the high that he gets from having
Right.
that teleportation power, where like all he has to do is clench his butt and like
Clench
jump.
his butt. And
Yeah.
So fucking
I
funny.
love how they gave lore on that.
Yeah.
But I mean, I was talking about it last week, kind of. But like, I feel like he was addicted to that power before he even took it. But this episode kind of made me feel like there might be some truth. Like he was kind of convincing me there that he wanted to protect Starlight, but I still think it's kind of an excuse.
Could go either way.
Yeah.
I think that's, you know, like you said, that's the angles of the writing. They want you, you know, they want it to be polarizing. Like some
Right,
people
right.
are gonna side with Huey. Some people will be like, you know, he's addicted. You know,
Yeah.
he's gonna abuse it. But that's I think that's the beauty of the writing in the show.
Well, I mean, like you also you see when Butcher opens the trunk and like Huey and Mother's Milk and they see the extra V that Maeve gave him. Like Huey just lights up immediately. Like
Yeah.
that's the face of an addict. Like which is sad to see for him. But like even with that, as we're saying, like I do buy his reasoning still. Like we'll see how that changes next episode. I feel like it will. I feel like he's gonna go a little too far. If not next episode at some point, and like he's gonna seem like maybe a monster, like to maybe even like Butcher, and like that could be a problem. But like, I don't know. I'm just worried for Huey right now. He's way too innocent, and I don't want him to lose that. Like, yeah, which he's definitely going to. But like, I don't know. I'm worried for him.
Yeah. And I love that scene where they're all looking in at the trunk, and kind
Yeah.
of how I thought that like it was going to be just lazy writing, like he was going to convince to take it, but like they kind of had that in there where he was just kind of drew that line, and
Yeah.
just they established his character, like he's not going to do that shit.
Thought about it for a second though. You could see that.
Yeah, and he really
but,
did
like,
think about it.
Only
but-
Soldier Boy would make him, even contemplate things like that. Like just the hatred he has for him.
I think it's still possible. Like I think they're still
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
setting up something bad could happen with his daughter, especially maybe even with like the stepdad
right.
Trump supporting the Trump supporting stepdad.
Yeah.
MAGA
Yeah.
stepdad.
But like I don't know. So I feel like something could happen there, and which will make whether it's Soldier Boy
100%.
related or Homelander just like gets him that way through the stepdad, which I could see, just being that he's such a diehard Homelander supporter. But like, I don't know, if something happens with his kid, he's definitely taking it. I feel like he's gonna want it.
Yeah, I started panicking for a second at the end. I thought Butcher was just gonna be completely dead to me.
Dude,
when he drugged I thought
I was
he gave
scared
him
he
the
fucking
temp V.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Bro. I was scared for that shit. Dude, I can't believe that. Like, oh man, fucking Butcher. Like that was a shocking moment to me, honestly, because like MM's. I feel like there's no coming back from that with MM. Like, he's not gonna forgive Butcher for that. I don't think.
No, I think they're setting
That was
that
some
up.
bullshit.
Which makes me contemplate whether or not MM's going to be in the next season.
I think he will be. I think he's just like they're setting him up for like a pretty big arc. I feel like they're setting him up for something.
Because how many times can they do the same MM thing? I'm out.
Yeah.
And then somehow someone, links up and he's like, all right, I'll come back for one more,
Right,
obviously Butcher just fucked up, like there is, like you said, there's no, like MM is not going to forgive him for what he did. So
Totally.
At what point are you going to like literally draw the line and say, is MM going to die? Like what role would he play in the next season is my question.
That is a good question.
They can't keep redoing the same thing where he leaves and comes back because it's it's you want to see something new. They've done that twice now? Well, in the beginning, that's how they set him up in the beginning, and then
with this season, yeah.
So you can't keep doing it. You got to switch it up.
I mean, like it's really the same thing with Frenchie and Kimiko. Like they're uncompromised as well, like MM.
Yeah.
So like I feel like maybe the three of them will just like go off and do their own thing, or just like separate from everything entirely.
Yeah,
or like they're just gonna.
Yeah.
No,
Frenchie and Kimiko are gonna I don't know. I feel like one of them's not making it past this.
I'm worried about that
100%.
Something's telling me Frenchie with this whole hit job that's going on right now, and especially he's like we'll talk about, but him getting.
Why don't we talk about that now? Actually,
you want to talk about the whole hospital scene as a whole, or just Frenchie?
Yeah. Let's talk about the whole thing. So like that was a good sequence. We knew this was a musical episode, and the musical sequence itself I thought was really good. Like we saw like an inside look at Kimiko's head basically, and it was like super just like innocent. Like you could tell like she's just so like in love with like Frenchie now, and it's just really nice to see. Just like her this episode, like actually it's confirmed her powers are gone, at least temporarily. Like, I think that's crazy. That confirms that, like, obviously, like, Soldier Boy is the weapon, and that's, like, his new ability. What do you guys think of that? That it was confirmed this episode?
That was good. And I think what was even better was the actress, like, the emotion she displays when she realizes it. And it's like, like, how much excitement she has when she realizes she doesn't have the powers, which is, the whole idea they've been setting up all season is the hatred she has towards it.
Yeah.
But just to see, the way the actress depicted it was just amazing. And I think it's good for her. I think it's good for her character to be without powers, to see where she fits in with the team now.
Totally. I think that was beautiful to see. And like, just as soon as she loses her powers too, like she she just like you said, like she's so excited that like she tries to speak and like
Yeah.
something comes out. I don't think that specific part was like fantasy exactly, right?
You don't think it was fantasy?
You don't think
I-
that was part of the?
I think she
I-
might have like uttered a word and then it like immediately transitioned. I don't know.
because Frenchie was like no, I felt like Frenchie might have like gave more awareness to it. I felt like that was part of the fantasy. That was
Maybe.
my interpretation of it. I just felt like if he heard one little thing, like he would have gone crazy.
I could see that actually. Yeah.
I
think
just
you
felt
might
like
be right.
it would have elicited a different response from Frenchie because then after the whole sequence in her head, he just went to go get her water.
That's true. Yeah.
So I don't know.
True. Following the sequence, so like when she kissed him, I thought that was a great moment. I was a little bit like, I don't know, like it kind of gave me pause from like Frenchie's reaction, I guess, because like, correct me if I'm wrong, but like, didn't he try to kiss her in like season 1 or season 2, and like it backfired on him completely?
Yeah, I remember that happening.
Yeah.
I remember him getting rejected, but is this the first time they kissed? Like in the whole
Yeah,
show?
like in a consensual manner for sure.
Yeah.
Like is what I'm
Okay.
saying. And like,
Right.
I don't know, like he it looked like at first like he like kind of like freaked out and he left, but like then when he was at the coffee machine, like he was happy about it.
Mhm.
Like, I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I feel like it would have made more sense for him because like I feel like he's low-key wanted this for a while. And like you could see that like he does still want it.
Yeah.
But like that he didn't like freak out as much before he left. Like he just like froze and like basically changed the topic. I feel like low-key it would have been better if like he went back in and like kissed her again and then he like just asked her if she wanted coffee and like left and like everything's still gonna happen. Like I don't know. It just sucks that like I just feel bad for Kimiko because now she's unsure since he never came back. But I'm sure she'll learn next episode that he was abducted,
Yeah.
which just fucking sucks. I hate this fucking I forget her name, but yeah, she's
The
Oh,
Russian girl.
yeah, the Russian woman. Yeah, she's a bitch. But yeah,
Both of these characters can never catch a break. They just have something,
No, yeah.
looming from them. Like, like feel like Butcher, Huey, they all got a little bit of a break. But I feel like Frenchie and Kimiko like always, have something luring, like some sort of, danger from their past
yeah,
that causes them problems.
yeah. It's definitely like a curse to say the least for them. Like
Mhm.
especially like just like this episode and last episode, like just yeah, it sucks for them. Dylan, do you have any more thoughts on the Kimiko and Frenchie stuff?
I'm just happy they're finally giving Frenchie some more character development.
Oh yeah,
'Cause I feel like
totally.
he's always been like just kind of there, but with no like background.
Right.
But he's been my favorite character since like his first appearance in the show. That dude's a mad lad, bro. I don't know if you caught it, but like the first time they introduced him, like when he was making the carbonite bullet to kill Translucent, he dropped acid before doing chemistry.
Oh shit,
Like that man is
Yeah.
a complete psycho.
that's true. He's toned down now for sure though. Like
For sure. Yeah, he's a lot less.
Kimiko's changed him. I feel
He's
like
a lot more stable. Yeah.
yeah, which is great. Like he's definitely had like some of the best character development. I feel like. I mean,
100%.
that's one of the tenets of the show. Like just like a brilliant character development every single episode. But like, I've loved what they've done with Frenchie ever since season 1. Like it's been great to see his character grow.
Mhm.
But yeah, I guess now we can backtrack to what we were talking about a little bit. How they got more of the V this episode for Maeve. We could talk about the Maeve stuff now. How surprised were you guys when she and Butcher fucked? Like I was shocked, to be honest.
Yeah,
I saw that shit coming from a mile away.
Did you actually?
Yeah. The second,
Jesus.
like, I don't know, like in episodes before, but like the second she brought it to him, I was kind of expecting that, or at least the second they started drinking together, which like Butcher's an asshole for that one. Fuck
Yeah, that's-
Butcher.
that's true.
He has like no morals this season.
No.
I hate it. Bro.
He's never had any morals,
Dude,
bro.
yeah,
he
I don't
has,
know.
but he
the,
kind of has.
Well,
Now
yeah, with
there's just,
Becca,
like,
yeah.
Becca
And
no,
Ryan.
as soon as he lost Becca, yeah, he's just like he just gives zero fucks whatsoever about
Well,
anything.
no, I could actually see the perspective you're coming from because he really does. I always forget Becca's son's name,
Ryan.
Ryan.
Yeah.
Like he did care for Ryan. It's very
Yeah.
evident he did, but
Right. He
once
just
he
had
was
to let him
once
go.
he was high on the V, like that was it.
hmm
Like he's just lost all, any sort of care he had for anyone.
Yeah, I
was
think that
gone.
was
Like,
crossing the line for
yeah,
him.
because he basically, screwed over his relationship with Ryan big time. And that was
Yeah.
basically the only thing he had left of Becca.
Right.
So he's really cutting all his fucking, ties right now.
And his
Yeah.
only backup plan, if they can't kill Homelander, like now, he could have at least trained Ryan to do it.
Yeah. But I don't think he wants him to.
Yeah, he doesn't want him to have
No,
that
yeah,
life.
I
he
don't think
doesn't-
he.
right,
Yeah,
right.
for Becca, like he doesn't
Mhm.
want him to do that.
I feel like that's low key, like why he left him too, because he just
It
doesn't
could
want him
be,
to be a
yeah,
part of
'cause-
it.
If anyone's good for tough love, it's Butcher.
Yeah,
Like screw you over, be a deadbeat father for 20 years and then come back.
yeah.
Be like, it's tough love.
Right.
I could see something happening there though by like the end of the season. I could see some reconciliation there between those
Yeah,
two.
no, yeah, definitely. But right now, like what
Yeah, right
Butcher's
now it's
going through
fucked.
with the whole, V situation.
Yeah.
I can see a time skip towards the end of the series.
Towards the end of the
Yeah,
season
yeah.
or the series.
The series.
Oh yeah, I
can-
could
I can
see
see that too,
series,
yeah.
yeah.
And
It's
then them
just really
reconciling
for
it.
me, it depends on what they plan on doing with Homelander.
Yeah,
right,
Because
right.
Homelander, it's like I feel like like the run he's on right now, you have to have him in season 4, no doubt. Like
Oh yeah, he's
bringing in-
going
he's
nowhere.
pulling the numbers right now, so they have to do that somehow. So I don't know how they'll play into like some sort of time jump, or if they would just if Homelander's alive next season, they would I don't think they'd do a time
I
jump.
don't think they're gonna kill him off till the end of the series. I feel like.
Yeah, I think he would
Yeah.
be at the end
Yeah.
of the series.
Yeah. I mean, and also I don't know if this is true. Like 100, I feel like I heard this at some point, but the showrunner said at one point he didn't want to keep the show going too long. He was gonna do like 5 seasons max.
Shit. Only
Yeah.
5?
He
Oh,
said
fuck.
5 max. He said 4 or 5, I think.
I feel like that's fair though, to be honest. I
That's
feel I
fair,
feel like I
but-
can see how the boys can get
Yeah.
milked out. I
I
feel like I
remember-
can see it.
Yeah.
And also like the best shows always end around like they never go past the 5th season.
And Breaking
That's-
Bad has 5 seasons.
It
Or
does,
5,
yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
5 seasons. That's peak fiction
That's
right
the
there.
perfect
But
place
yeah.
to go off at.
You're right, but like I also just never want this show to fucking end.
I
Like,
know, but like
Yeah.
I have
when-
never felt this way
when
about
you
a
have
show
Homelander,
before.
bro, you're not doing anything. Like
Yeah.
like you have Homelander. What you do him for 4 or 5 seasons? That's fine. You're not
Yeah.
doing anything after that.
You're right. You're totally right. I mean,
Like yeah,
because
that,
he's
you
so
know.
unstable at this
Yeah.
point. Like I know we were talking about it last episode, like we were saying we don't
Oh.
think he's gonna snap, but he's
We
so
could-
unstable at this point, he's gonna snap pretty soon. At
We could
least
talk
at
about-
least by the end of next season.
we could talk about that more even this episode though. Like just getting back
Yeah.
with Maeve, just like what he does with Maeve in this episode, like even just like their conversation was just like so fucking unsettling. Like how he
He's so
says
out
that he
of
could
pocket,
smell
bro.
dead ass, bro. Like how he said that he could like fucking smell Butcher on her. Like that
Yeah.
shit was creepy as fuck, bro.
Yeah.
It was.
But it's not surprising, and that's what makes his his character so interesting. It's like it catches you off guard, but then you're like, oh wait, I forgot who's on the screen right now.
Oh man, but like, were you guys like as shocked as I was when like he just like fucking whoever that was? I feel like that could
I
have been
think it
Noir.
was Black Noir, yeah.
When he
Yeah.
just like fucking jumped Maeve. It's crazy.
I mean, I knew he was gonna try something because like
Yeah.
she wasn't putting up the same antics as Starlight. She was just kind of keeping to herself. She wasn't putting on any act to sort of keep him off her trail. I
Yeah.
feel like it was a little obvious that she was working with Butcher.
No, I agree. Like also just like who else could have gotten him the V? I guess
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Does he know about that?
I feel like he low-key kind of does.
Yeah.
I don't know if he knows that Butcher's like taking it yet. I don't know if that's like gotten back to him. But like once he
Right,
finds out,
right.
like it's gonna be obvious to him, I feel like. Especially
Yeah.
like now. Now that he could now that he knows about all that. Oh God. Loki though, like with Homelander, this episode like kind of brought a question to my mind. Like when Soldier Boy shows up in the city, which was a great scene by the way. Like just like I saw a hilarious
Oh right,
tweet.
yeah, the Captain America
Yeah.
comparison.
I saw a hilarious tweet that like compared that scene to like Chris Pratt walking onto the set of Thor: Love and Thunder. Oh man, I don't know. I just thought I'd bring that up. That I thought that shit was hilarious. But that was a good scene, like the Captain America parallels. But yeah, just like when he explodes the way he does, and like Homelander gets word of that, you see that shit on the news. Like it kind of looks like Homelander's like pussying out a bit. Like I feel like he's like low key kind of like.
Oh, like he doesn't want to deal with him.
Yeah, like
Oh,
he?
yeah.
Do we know if he's ever like faced an actual like?
No, that's the
superpowered
thing
threat?
about Homelander. I feel like when I see like on social media, a lot of people like try to power scale Homelander,
Yeah,
like live action. There's not much you can go off of.
No, yeah.
yeah.
Like there's no there hasn't been a real threat to him yet.
Yeah,
And
like
I think
if he faced someone with his like an even match for him, I feel like he would get just the absolute shit smacked out of
Yeah.
him.
we don't
'Cause
know the
there's-
experience he has. He could be
Yeah.
completely inexperienced, like with people, any sort of close to his power.
Right.
For real. And like,
'Cause with-
I'll go ahead.
Oh yeah, sorry. With Compound V, like you can't really market supervillains really well, so they haven't really fought any like actual supervillains
Yeah.
that weren't controlled by Vought and like set for them to win.
That's true. Exactly. It's all been just like one big fucking scheme, which is
Right,
it's
right.
wild. But like, I don't know. Yeah, I just feel like the threat of like we're saying, like him going up against like someone who's like equally as powerful as him, it's just like freaking him out because like I feel like he low-key knows that like he could lose everything if like he, loses or whatever to an actual threat. And like he doesn't even know yet that like if he does like end up fighting Soldier Boy, which is inevitable, I feel like. But we'll get to that. I kind of have a question about that. But like if he does fight him, he doesn't know yet that like he'd lose his fucking powers, which would be wild to see. I would be all for that happening,
Yeah. I feel like he'd be such a little bitch without his
Yeah,
powers.
it'd be interesting to see how he handles that.
Yeah, for sure. Like,
I might see a little
Just-
bit more of a down to earth Homelander because what makes his character so interesting is like the isolation, the only man in the sky. Now he won't be, and especially if he loses his powers, he's no different than the boys.
for real. Like, I feel like it would just like so fucking put him in his place. Like,
Oh yeah,
he's low-key, like, he's nothing without his powers. Like,
a
I don't know if he, I
conversation
don't know if
with
he
Butcher
realizes
and
that.
him. Oh my god, that'd be
Yeah.
amazing.
Dude, it'd be incredible. And like, if Butcher's on the temp V, like during that conversation,
Oh, you just
be
toy
fucking
around with them.
crazy. Yeah. Oh my god, I'd love to see that. Who know? I feel like that's low key where they might go, but
Maybe.
I don't know. Like you never know.
You
That-
never
we'll,
know with this show.
exactly, but we'll get to it. Yeah, it's just crazy. It's crazy to think about. Next thing I want to talk about though, I guess, is I guess we could talk more about Soldier Boy. The opening of the episode showed kind of like the torture that he went through in Russia.
Oh my god.
And we learn a lot more about that this episode, how like his ex was like paid off. And actually, no, she wasn't paid off. She just
No,
like gave
She
him
just
to them.
hated him. She just
Yeah.
fucking hated him.
Yeah. And I honestly, I felt for him in that moment. Like, I felt for him seeing him get tortured too. Like, it
Fucking
just like,
machine gun into the throat. Like that shit was ruthless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was fucking crazy. He
it's
just
insane.
took it.
Yeah.
He's
That
got,
shit
like,
went
what,
on-
regenerating tissue, like they said. Like it just instantly regenerates everywhere in his body.
I think so. Yeah.
I don't know. He seemed like as much of an asshole as Homelander.
Well, I think that's what they were setting up.
Yeah.
Which I want to talk about, like the whole parallels between them is like that they set
Right,
up this episode is like absurd.
I don't know. Go ahead. Talk about it.
So like I mean it's like been all over the place, but like the whole thing they set up with Crimson Countess and Soldier Boy, where she's basically said, I never liked you, I never loved you, I hated you." It was this, it was the same exact line that Maeve delivered to Homelander, which I think they're setting up this whole idea, that Homelander and Soldier Boy both, had this point where they felt loved, but they never did. They've always been isolated, and I feel like it's setting up the whole idea that I think Soldier Boy and Homelander will team up. I feel like that's a definite possibility.
I could totally see that, and I really like those parallels. Like I honestly I didn't even like realize the Crimson his ex, I forgot her name, and Maeve. I didn't realize that parallel. That's actually like spot on. That's crazy.
Yeah, they said I don't know if it was the exact same line, but it was very similar. It was the whole idea they never loved them. They hated them. They feared them.
Right.
Like I kind of also see them possibly teaming up, but like the only question I have is like the only thing that like makes me doubt that even like a little bit, even like want to doubt it, is like just like the difference between him and Homelander. I feel like, but again, Homelander was tortured too. Yeah, Jesus, they're basically the same.
They are. That's
I might just retract my statement.
My only problem is who will stop them. Like that's my
imagine
only thing.
Shit.
Soldier Boy is the match, so if he does team up, there is no stopping him. But I feel like that whole thing was was to set up the idea that they are similar and they would team up. So I can't see, I don't know what they're gonna do with that.
This is actually the question I really have for you guys. Like, how likely is it, do you think, that one, they're gonna team up, two, that Homelander kills Soldier Boy if he like tries to go against him, three, that Soldier Boy actually does manage to kill Homelander, and I forget if I had a fourth thing in mind, but those were basically the three. I feel like Soldier Boy actually killing Homelander, at least this season, is the most unlikely. If anything, maybe he'll lose his powers to him, but like I don't think Homelander's dying this season for sure.
Dude, plot armor exists. That Homelander's too good. Like,
how likely is it, do you think, that Homelander kills Soldier Boy?
I think it's likely. I feel like Soldier Boy is this. He just feels like a season 3 character. Like I feel like he just exists for this season. I don't know if
like Stormfront for.
I feel like that's what they're kind of doing with him. I don't see him making it out of the season.
Dylan, how about you?
Yeah.
I'm kind of feeling like they might stretch it out. We might not get like a full on like answer to that until the next season. I don't think either of them are gonna die. I feel like until.
I kind of see that too, especially with Jensen Ackles in this role. Like I feel like that's a big get. And like he's doing great so far. Like I definitely don't want to see him go this season, especially if like he's as captivating of a character as he has been so far. But yeah, but I think we all agree that like the most likely thing is that they're going to team up.
Yeah, I think
probably.
I think that's what they're setting up.
Do we think that like they're going to have some like weird type of relationship that like he had with Stormfront? I could see that too.
Are you referencing Herogasm?
I might be like I could see some fucked up shit going on there. Like
you think Homelander's gonna laser his titties?
Possibly. Like they're both like indestructible and shit. Like him and Stormfront, they're both like fucking immortal, and they don't age. They have the same power set basically, except like the obvious difference is where like he doesn't have the electric thing.
True.
But like I don't know, man. Yeah. Like it's possible.
It is.
We're just gonna have to find out there though. Next week, dude. Next week's gonna be fucking crazy. I liked Butcher's plan there to lure that he used to lure Soldier Boy in. I thought that was really smart. And I also really liked just his fucking like conversation with him after he killed his ex, and how he just casually dropped the team up line. That was one of two legendary lines that Butcher had this episode. The other line was the great power line.
The Spider-Man.
Yeah.
What I said, Captain America.
Oh yeah.
Fucking brilliant. Like especially like I don't know, like I'm very interested to see how when MM wakes up and like responds to that. You know, I'm interested to see like what the conversation is going to be there, not only with Butcher but between MM and Soldier Boy.
I think he's definitely gonna throw hands with Butcher.
Yeah, he's gonna.
Did
He's,
Butcher leave him there, or did he?
No,
bring
no,
him?
he took
no,
him.
yeah, he took
Yeah.
him.
Oh.
You know, the conversation between Soldier Boy and MM would be. I feel like MM knows his limits, but at the same time, he might just let his anger take control and just like he might like strike at Soldier Boy, but like I feel like Butcher will calm him down, and also with Soldier Boy, be like, hey, like we're all trying to accomplish the same thing here.
Right.
Like I feel like Butcher would kind of be like the middleman between them two.
I could also see a scene where he's mad at Butcher at first, but then he starts to play along, and just like I could see him sort of unannounced taking Temp V and then trying to kill Soldier Boy.
I can see that
could be
too.
interesting.
I could also kind of maybe even see like Soldier Boy showing some remorse and like showing some like genuine like sorrow for like what he did, like actually being like sorry for what he did to MM's family, especially like if he brings it up, like maybe he'd like forgot about it or like just didn't know. Like I could kind of see that just a little bit. Like I low key, I kind of feel like it's possible that like all the torture that he went through over the last like 30 years maybe like humanized him a little bit, you know?
I don't
Maybe.
think
Like
so.
I don't know.
He took his shit a little bit too far when he was a suit.
Well, yeah, but that was like before everything, you know? Like I feel like all the shit he went through could have changed him, but like I am not willing to bet on that.
He was still ruthless to fucking Crimson's Countess. She was like,
Yeah.
Well, like
you look
he was a little
young,
out of pocket
know.
with gunpowder too.
oh yeah, that's true.
What
I
he did to
forgot about that
gunpowder.
shit.
I don't think he can really come back from being an asshole.
Yeah. I mean, those are the questions with almost every character, especially like all the soups in the show. Like
Right.
the Deep this episode, him just being put in power in the crime division and like firing everybody, fucking kissing up to Homelander still.
Yeah, it was
That
kind
shit-
of weird when they were trying to redeem him. I'm glad he's
I'm-
back on track to he's probably gonna get killed at some point.
Yeah, I'm glad they're just like keeping him an asshole at this point because
Yeah.
he's just like irredeemable, like at least right now. We talked about it very briefly a little earlier, but like the other character who we weren't really sure was redeemable before, and we're still not really sure now. A-Train. And just like all that shit that he went through this episode. Let's talk about that a little bit.
I think he's a hunt. Oh, in a little bit. My bad.
No. We'll talk. I mean, like now, let's talk about it. Like, yeah. What were you gonna say?
Oh yeah, I think he's 100% redeemable now. I think after this, like 100%, all like the bullshit marketing antics is out the window after that. And I think like after seeing that in person, I think he's that's probably definitely changed his perspective, and he's probably a lot more dedicated to genuinely fixing a lot of the shit that Vought has caused.
I agree, and I think like his brother, just like he's not gonna be able to walk again. I'm pretty sure they.
Oh
said.
yeah, and
like,
his brother.
I think that like
that
was
too.
the crux of the whole thing. Like I think that is gonna push A-Train over the edge to like actually want to like do something and like like actually be a good person for once in his life.
I think what makes his arc so much different than like all these other characters is just the whole idea that his hatred isn't towards like he really doesn't have much hatred towards Homelander besides just pure fear, but his hatred is towards just Vought and like the industry as a whole,
Right.
like the disrespect they've given him. And like you guys said, he's going to go on, hopefully he goes on this redeeming arc where he, takes on more responsibility and helps out Vought, like, and makes some changes in the world. Should be good to see from him.
I mean, before this episode, like I think all of that though was like kind of bullshit with him. Like I think he just wanted to.
I love.
Go ahead, yeah.
I love like I see now where they were going with that on his character arc, where like it's sort of like a political commentary, but like really subtle, and like it makes a lot of sense where he starts off just kind of bullshitting, like like, oh, we got to make change, but he's doing it just like for his image, for like marketing purposes. And now he's really sort of developing, like, well, like I said before, like an actual purpose to sort of make a change,
Totally.
if you get what I'm trying to say.
Oh no, completely. Aiden, what do you think about that?
No, yeah, 100% agree. It's like with everything you said.
Yeah. I mean, like, I think starting now, we're definitely going to see like some positive growth from A-Train. Like
Mhm.
I agree with you guys. Like, I think he's still redeemable. Like, if he does one more shitty thing, like, I'm going to second guess myself with that.
I don't think he is, though. I feel like they're definitely setting up his arc for like the cliche point of sort of like don't talk about shit, like actually do something.
Yeah. No, I agree. How that, I guess, relates back to just going against Homelander, I guess we'll see. But like, I think starting now, he actually does like care about the causes that he's like been pushing, and like he's gonna like try to do something. But no, yeah, the fucking low-key Blue Hawk might be like more of a scumbag than Homelander. Like
He's just a straight menace to
Yeah.
society. Like,
Yeah.
there's no good character development. He's just
Yeah.
pure hatred.
that scene was fucking
It's horrendous, man.
anger-inducing.
Bro,
for
I was
sure.
cringing the whole time.
Yeah, it was
during,
so
like,
hard to
how
watch.
half-assed
Dude,
that shit
when he
was.
said "Soup lives matter," bro,
Oh my god.
Oh my god, yeah.
dude, they know exactly what they're doing in the show.
Yeah,
they know
they do.
exactly what they're doing.
Dude, and apparently there's like people on like the boys Reddit and some stuff that were like, oh my god, this is like so political. Blue Hawk did nothing wrong. It's like,
Oh,
oh my god,
Jesus
this is
Christ,
literally
bro.
this is
What the
literally
fuck?
this is satire. Like, this is
Yeah.
just satire.
No,
to
yeah,
Dude,
the-
whoever said that is literally
they're not
probably, like,
understanding the show.
Yeah.
They're
No,
they're
not
the
at all.
they're
not
the type of
understanding
people that the show is like making fun of.
Yeah,
probably.
exactly.
Yeah.
I was gonna make that point. Like they're so good at parodying shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when they parody stuff, and like you said, like a lot of stuff on the show is a satire, but like in a
Totally.
point that it gives like actual like light on shit.
Yeah, they do all the satire in a way that's
It's done
like,
really well. Yeah.
it's not just respectful, but it's like also just very it's just like it feels important.
It's very real. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just so great. Like Seth Rogen and Eric Kripke and like just everyone involved, like
Mhm.
they do such a good job. And Seth Rogen, he knows what he's doing, bro. He knows what he's doing, winking one out on the show. Like he's into it. He's into the meta
Always
shit.
knows what he's doing, bro.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing. That fucking scene. Oh boy. I don't know. I guess we could like briefly talk about that. Like, did you guys laugh as much as I did during that scene? I was like basically on the floor.
Oh, I lost it, bro. after she got jumped in a lost signal,
Yeah.
that man just kept going.
Jesus Christ. It was that moment and the fucking White Claw product placement that had me dead this episode. When at the beginning when Huey was like
when
fucking
she was
talking.
chugging the White Claws.
Yeah. There was one thing that I still wanted to talk about, kind of like another bridge from last week about Ashley. The conversation that she had with Starlight in that one scene was really interesting.
That was
Yeah.
great, that scene.
Yeah,
She almost gave in there,
yeah,
and then she just kind of doubled down on that.
yeah, like that was really cool character development, I thought, like, because we've never
Mhm.
seen her show like any kind of humanity
Emotion.
like that.
Right,
Like,
yeah. That was the first time she started to show a little bit of something.
yeah, it's wild. Like I still firmly believe that like something's gonna happen with her this season. Like I could see her actually maybe even like standing up to Homelander.
I could definitely see her talking shit to Homelander,
I could
like
see her dying.
having a little bit of a freak out on him.
Yeah, I could see me actually caring about her dying. Like
Yeah.
after this scene, like
Mhm.
she's
Yeah.
fucking scared. It's wild.
Yeah, no, dude, that's just what Homelander does.
Yeah. And like he's just like he I mean we saw Ashley like being inducted this episode in Edgar's position, but then immediately after like Homelander comes in as like the actual CEO, I guess. and like he just has no idea what the fuck he's doing, and he like you could see how insecure he is in this position now.
Yeah.
It's fucking
And when he's
wild.
like to Starlight, when Soldier Boy
Yeah,
first
the Soldier Boy
came on
scene.
the scene, and he was like, "Come on, we got adult shit to do, like stock prices and shit." And he just started
Yeah.
dropping like all these
Exactly, yeah.
words that he has no clue what they mean.
He's just like fucking pussying out. Like he's trying to
Yeah.
like come up with excuses in that moment to like not actually like take care of Soldier Boy. When he finds out, I wonder like exactly how much Homelander knows about Soldier Boy, because like I feel like he was before his time, right?
I know Stan briefly like mentioned it
True.
to him when they were talking, but he was like he didn't really know much about Vaught's history, I feel like,
Yeah,
when he was talking about that.
that's gonna be really interesting. Hopefully next week with Hero Gasm. Which I guess we can quickly I don't know. Do we have any fucked up predictions for next week? Hero Gasm related or otherwise?
Oh shit, I wish I brainstormed this one.
Nah, on the fly. What do you have in
I
mind?
feel like there's no scene I could come up with that's gonna be like more crazy than
I don't
than
even
what
want
they
episode
do.
one.
I don't know if I want to think of predictions. I
Yeah.
feel like I don't want the image in my head. I just want to see what they put out there. I'm going like no matter what it is, I'm gonna watch it. As unbearable as it may be, like it's,
Yeah.
you know, it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
There's
I
no doubt
mean,
about it.
I don't know. I'm just like, I low-key kind of hope it's like not too excessive. Like I want it to be excessive, but like I don't want it to be like, you know, I don't know. It's hard to explain. Like I want to be disgusted, but like also I'm just like freaking out low-key. I don't know, man. It's gonna.
You want me to read you the warning?
Oh yeah. Do that.
Yeah, okay. This episode depicts a massive soup orgy,
Jesus Christ.
airborne penetration,
Yep,
dildo-based
makes sense.
maiming, extra
Makes
strength
sense.
lube, icicle phalluses, and cursing. It is not suitable for any audience.
This
That's
episode's
what it
gonna be
said.
fucking crazy, man.
Yeah, it's
Damn,
It's
bro, I
gonna
don't think
be
I could watch this. Brother Curson did it for me.
Yeah, the cursing really,
Yeah,
you
low-key.
know,
It's a little bit
not
too
good,
far.
man. Not
What
in
was
my
that?
not in
Icicle
my
phall-
Catholic home.
Icicle
No, sir.
phalluses.
Icicle phalluses, yeah, that one
Yeah.
caught my eye.
Yeah. Oh shit. Okay.
They're
Do you
doing
know
a
that
live.
they have
The Deep is big in the trailer. Both Deep and A Train are in the preview. I feel like we said, I think they're definitely going to be involved in it.
I think they're gonna go head to head if
Really?
yeah, because like especially with how much Deep was like fucking with him last episode. I could see shit happening with them. Like, I don't know, Hero Gasm related or not.
Oh, and
Like,
A Train is running in the sneak peek.
Oh, the
shit.
Deep for sure is gonna fuck a fish.
Oh,
He's
100%.
gonna
Oh
fuck
my
Yeah.
a
god.
dolphin or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll just be like a little 5-minute clip of him. Like, just gotta put it in there.
minutes, dude.
Ah man. I can't wait. Like I'm apprehensive a little bit, you gotta admit, but I can't wait. I
Yeah.
can't wait. It's gonna be fantastic. Anyway, what are your predictions for Hero Gasm in next week's episode 6 of The Boys season 3? Leave your predictions down in the comments below, and we'll see you next week for that interesting episode. Oh my god. Dylan, Aiden, thanks for coming on. It's a pleasure talking with you boys about this show.
Thank you for having me.
Always.
Of course.
Always a pleasure.
And we'll see you next week.